So, students, last week we discussed about various methods of freshen of water, okay, or you can say removal of pollutants from water. Today, further we will discuss about on that thing, okay. So now we have to do an activity 18.4, okay, wastewater treatment plant, okay, wastewater treatment plant. So treatment of wastewater involves physical, chemical and biological process which remove physical, chemical and biological matter that contaminates the wastewater. Okay, so very easy definition of it. When we talk about the treatment of wastewater, okay, it involves three processes: physical, chemical and biological, uh, to remove physical, chemical and biological matter, okay, which contaminates the wastewater. Okay, so for this, what we have to do first thing we have to do, wastewater is passed through bar screen, okay. Large objects like rags, sticks, cans, plastic packets, napkins are removed through this process, okay, when they pass through the bar screen. So you can see the structure. This is the bar screen. This type of structure you can often see in many big cities also, okay. So these are the bar screen, okay. This is mainly you can see in the big cities where these type of water plants are found, okay. So these are called the bar screen, okay, through which large particles, you can see that the large particles are not passed through it, okay. So like packets, napkins and rags, sticks, okay, these will be just stick here or remain here. Then second step, water then goes to a grate, okay, and sand removal tank, okay. Grate and sand removal tank. The speed of the incoming wastewater is decreased to allow sand, grate and pebbles to settle down, okay. In this paper, in this method, what actually happened, okay, the speed of incoming wastewater is decreased so much, okay. So the speed will be decreased, so what happened, the sand, grit and pebbles to be settled down, okay. You will be understand by this example, okay, how sand settle down here. In class 6 you will read about the separation of substances, okay, a method of sedimentation, okay. Suppose water is here and sand will be here, okay, mixture of sand and water. After some time, what you will be see, okay, the sand will be settled down in this water, okay, and the pure water will be in upper side, okay. So the same thing will be done here, okay. In this, speed of incoming wastewater is decreased, for which allow sand, dirt and pebbles to be settled down, okay. So these things, dirt and sand removal tank, okay. The water is then allowed to settle in a large tank which is sloped towards the middle. Then in third method, what we do, okay, we allow to settle in a large tank which is sloped towards the middle. Solids like feces settle at the bottom and are removed with after I think a scraper. This is the sludge, okay. This is the important thing which you have to understand. Read one time carefully, okay. In third step, water is allowed to settle in a large tank, okay, which is sloped towards the middle. Solids like feces settle at the bottom and are removed with the help of a scraper. This is the sludge, okay, which is removed is called sludge. So a skimmer removes the floatable solids like oil and grease. Water so cleared is called clarify water, as you seen in figure 18.5. Okay, it is the water clarifier here. You can see. Okay, suppose oil is present here in this figure. You can see. Okay, in this figure, suppose oil and here is, and this type of structure skimmer will be remove these oils, okay. You can see here these are oil and greases, etc., and this is the pure form of water here, okay. So what you have read till now in first process, just recall, we pass through this wastewater through the bar screens, okay, in which large particles are kept, okay. After that, we allow a decreased movement of that wastewater, okay, which allow to settle down the sand particles, sand and dirt particles, okay. Then after, in third step, what we have to do in third step, okay, we just uh, hold that water, okay, with the help of a scraper, we just remove the oil and grease, okay. The sludge is transferred to a separate tank where it is decomposed by anaerobic bacteria. The biogas produced in the process can be used as fuel or can be used for produce electricity. As you know that biogas is help in the production of these things, okay. We use biogas as a fuel as well as we can produce electricity from it, okay. So all of these things happen after when the sludge is formed through the feces of, okay. So in fourth step, air is pumped into the clarified water. In fourth step, air is pumped into the clarified water to help aerobic bacteria to grow. So these things you have to understand. uh, First, later process of first process is happening in the presence of anaerobic bacteria, and this happen in the presence of aerobic bacteria, okay. So for last step, you can say that air is pumped into clarified water to help aerobic bacteria to grow. Bacteria consume human waste, food waste, soap and other unwanted matter still remaining in clarified water, okay. So if other thing, other we can say that the pollutants is still in there, so by this process they can be removed by the um, help of these bacteria, aerobic bacteria. After several hours, the suspended microbes settle at the bottom of the tank as activated sludge. Okay, so activated sludge is the thing when the microbe settles at the bottom of the tank. Okay, after some time, so the water is then removed from the top. Okay, as you know that in beneath these bacteria in the water and upper side water present, and we then remove it. The activated sludge is about 97% water, okay. In activated sludge, 97% of water only. The water is removed by sand drying beds or machine. Dried sludge is used as manure, returning organic matter and nutrients to the soil, okay. So these you can say that the water which is present in activated sludge is actually dried up, okay, dried up with the help of dried beds or machines, okay, sand drying beds or machines. So drying sludge is used for the manufacture of manures, okay, returning organic matter mainly, you can say that to increase the nutrients to the soil. The the treated water has a very low level of organic material and suspended matter. It is discharged into a sea, a river or into the ground. Okay, it has the very low level of organic material. Okay, so nature cleans it up further. Sometimes it may be necessary to disinfect water with chemicals like chlorine and ozone before releasing it into the distribution system. Okay, after all of these processes, okay, which we read earlier, still if some microorganism is present in that, so if you treatment with chlorine mainly, mainly chlorine treatment is done, so uh, microorganisms can be removed after. Okay, so this is the things which you have to understand about the uh, wastewater treatment plant. So our next topic is become an active citizen. Waste generation is a natural part of human activity, as you know, but we can limit the uh, type of waste and quantity of waste. Okay, we can limit the type of waste and the quantity of waste produced. Often we have been repelled by offensive smell. Okay, the sight of open drains is disgusting. The situation worsen in the rainy season when the drains start overflowing. We have to wade through the mud pools on the roads. Most unhygienic and unsanitary conditions prevail. Flies, mosquitoes, and other insects breed in it. Okay, you can be an enlightened citizen and approach the municipality or the Gram Panchayat. Insist that the open drains be covered. If the sewage of the any particular house makes the uh, neighborhood dirty, you should request them to be more considerate about others' health. Okay, so you can do these practices if you see any drainage is overflowing in your area. Okay, or any neighborhood in your neighborhood, if someone's you can say that uh, sewage of any particular house makes the neighborhood dirty, so you can say that please consider about the others health also. Okay, this is harmful for your health as well as others health also. Okay, then next thing is better housekeeping practice. One of the ways to minimize the eliminate waste and pollutants and their sources to see what you are releasing down the drain. Okay, what you are releasing. So first is cooking oil and fat should not be thrown down the drain. They can harden and block the pipes. Okay, so cooking oil and fat should not be thrown down the drain. Okay, they can harden and block the pipes also. In an open drain, the fat clog the soil pores, reducing its effectiveness. Okay, in filtering water also. So both things are you can say that dangerous. If you throw them in open in a soil also, and in a if you put them on the pipes etc. So throw oil and fats in the dustbin. So you have to always throw the oils and fats in the dustbin only. Okay, so these practices also seen by the image also. Okay, do not throw everything in the sink. Okay, it can blockage your pipe etc. Chemicals like paint, solvents, insecticides, motor oil, medicines may kill microbes that help purify water. So do not throw them down the drain. Okay, so important microbes or the microbes which purify water also killed by them these chemicals. So used tea leaves, solid food remains, soft toys, cotton sanitary towels, etc. should also be thrown in the dustbin. These wastes choke the drains. They do not allow free flow of oxygen. This hampers the degradation process. So these things are also hampers the, or you can say that affect the degradation